A new wave of scientific research is casting a harsh light on one of the most omnipresent features of modern eating: ultra-processed foods. While nutritionists and public health experts have warned about these products for years, a recent study published in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine offers a stark, data-backed warning that's difficult to ignore. Drawing from dietary and health data from over 240,000 individuals across 8 countries, the study finds that ultra-processed foods are significantly linked to a higher risk of dying prematurely before age 70. The scope of this risk is staggering. In the United States alone, up to 14% of all early deaths could be traced back to these food products. This isn't just another headline linking junk food to vague health problems. The evidence suggests that for every 10% increase in calories from ultra-processed foods, a person's risk of premature death rises by nearly 3%. That means a seemingly innocuous increase, an extra bag of chips here, an energy bar there, can translate into measurable harm over time. The researchers were clear in their conclusions. Reducing ultra-processed food consumption should be a national public health priority. The fact that this category makes up roughly 70% of the current food supply only heightens the urgency of their message. Part of what makes this finding so troubling is how hard it is to escape the grip of ultra-processed foods. From breakfast cereals and protein bars to frozen dinners and snack cakes, these items are everywhere. They are specifically engineered for long shelf life and irresistible taste, not nutritional value. And this engineered convenience often replaces more nutritious, whole food choices in people's diets. Instead of fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains, many people find themselves relying on prepackaged, calorie-dense products packed with added sugars, sodium, and synthetic ingredients. The consequences are cumulative and deeply concerning. These foods are strongly associated with insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes, along with increases in visceral fat and chronic inflammation. These conditions don't exist in a vacuum. They're tightly connected to heart disease, stroke, and cancer. Over time, eating a diet dominated by ultra-processed products doesn't just erode your well-being, it erodes your lifespan. In the words of registered dietitian Scott Keatley, the cumulative damage can shave years off a lifespan, especially in people who are already metabolically vulnerable. In other words, those with existing health issues may suffer even more rapidly and severely. While some experts argue that a moderate intake of ultra-processed foods might be acceptable within an otherwise healthy diet, the definition of moderation has become dangerously elastic. It's too easy to rationalize frequent consumption of processed snacks, sugary drinks, and ready-to-eat meals when they dominate supermarket shelves and offer a cheap, quick fix. Even the better ultra-processed options, like protein bars with added fiber or whole grain breads with minimal additives, still represent nutritional compromises. They are far from the protective qualities of whole, unprocessed foods that nourish the body and help prevent disease. Dietitians like Jessica Cording and Carrie Gans suggest following an 85-15 rule, making 85% of your food choices whole and nutrient-dense, while allowing 15% to come from more processed items. While that may be a practical strategy, the study's findings suggest that for many people, we're far beyond that 15% threshold. And the problem isn't only about individual choices, it's systemic. Processed foods are aggressively marketed, highly accessible, and often more affordable than healthier alternatives, especially in food deserts and low-income areas. This means that those already facing socioeconomic disadvantages are at even higher risk of the harmful consequences of a diet high in ultra-processed foods. What's even more troubling is how these products can quietly build dependence. They're engineered not just for taste, but for addiction-like appeal, exploiting the body's natural cravings for salt, fat, and sugar. Over time, they dull the palate to the subtler, nourishing flavors of real food, making it harder for people to enjoy or even seek out healthier alternatives. The end result is a cycle of poor nutrition and chronic disease that begins in the grocery aisle and ends, far too often, in a hospital ward. This is not a message meant to instill fear for the sake of alarmism. It's a call to action based on mounting scientific evidence. While personal responsibility plays a role in dietary choices, the bigger issue is that our food environment makes it easier to choose foods that harm us than foods that heal us. The pervasive availability and normalization of ultra-processed products isn't just a matter of convenience. It's a public health hazard. In light of this new research, individuals should reevaluate their habits with greater scrutiny. What might seem like harmless indulgences, microwave dinners, flavored yogurts, or snack cakes, are, in reality, daily contributors to the slow erosion of health. This doesn't mean never enjoying a treat or never using a packaged food item again. But it does mean being far more aware of what we're putting into our bodies and how frequently. The cost isn't just paid at the checkout counter. It's paid in doctor visits, medication regimens, and increasingly years of life lost. Until public policy catches up with science and begins to restrict the widespread proliferation of these harmful products, the burden will continue to fall on individuals to protect their own health. That begins with knowledge, and this study provides a critical warning. The foods we eat are not just a matter of taste or convenience. They're a matter of life and death.